Tess, hey, come on. Let's get go. Swillington's 5 miles outside of Leeds city centre. They're a mixed farm, all organic. Got a mixture of pasture, marshland, water, woodland, really diverse farm. There's 160 acres. Of that, probably 70 acres is dry land.
So here at Swillington Organic Farm, I work for my boss Joe, and we do all the work between us.
When I first went organic, I looked into CSAs and it seemed really complicated. A lot of paperwork, setting up, looking into legal structures and everything. So I didn't do anything with it.
Well, Headingley Development Trust, of which I'm a member and also a director at the moment, runs the farmers market, Headingley Farmers Market, and Jo from Swillington Organics has a stall there, and people love her meat. It's extremely high quality, humanely reared and killed and so forth. And then I heard Joy Carey from the Soil Association talking at a conference, and I put 2 and 2 together and suggested to Jo that we might try a meat co-op.
So Helen Seymour, it was her idea and she did everything. So basically all I have to do is produce.
The main members were the ladies from the Headingley Development Trust who set up Headingley Farmers Market, which is about 8 miles from the farm. They were already regular customers of Jo's. They very much did the recruiting of members, the promotional work, etc. And then they came to us and said, this is how many chickens a month we'd like, please.
We did a chicken co-op, which we called the Headingley Fowl Co-op, and which we started just as a pilot, and it's been going for several years now.
So I'm at Headingley Farmers Market now, which is where our fowl co-op and pork co-op members collect their share every month. They sign off on the sheet so we know how many people have collected, and then they collect the chicken or their pork from one of our cold boxes. With the fowl co-op, they'll get 1 whole chicken once a month. With the pork, they'll get a 1 kilo joint of pork, usually leg, pack of sausages, pack of bacon, and any other cuts. And they'll get that once a month as well.
In the Headingley CSA we've 30 chicken members and 7 in the pig co-op.
Because we come once a month, don't we guys? Come pick a chicken. That one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you go for that one.
No, that one.
Oh, okay, let's decide on that one. Chicken what? Chicken legs. Erin particularly likes the chicken legs.
We had gone off the kind of meat that we were offered in shops and supermarkets.
We're all meat eaters, but we're trying to be meat eaters with a conscience.
Oh, well, I used to be a vegetarian for many, many years, and then once we had children and it became a bit complicated bringing them up vegetarian, we moved back to eating meat.
But we'd like to know that the animals that we're eating are well cared for, and that the farms that we're eating from or the farms that we're supporting are local, and also that they're ethically concerned not only about the animals but about how they interact with the local environment and with the ecosystem.
Jo answered all those questions in a way that pleased us, and the meat was certainly the best we'd ever had anywhere.
I mean, from my perspective, it's just such a fantastic opportunity to really get engaged with what food's all about, really.
I just love the chicken, you know, just eating the chicken that actually tastes like chicken tasted when you were little, and it's, you know, kind of dense. And
the CSA movement is all about giving families a real opportunity to engage, to help farming in this country, as well as helping themselves by effectively having some fantastic food on the plate.
It seemed to us like a win-win situation. The farmer wins because they've got the security of knowing that they've got that income, and we win because we get such good meat.
With the CSA we've got a guaranteed market for what we're producing, so particularly with the chickens, if I've already killed 30 chickens and I'm going to a farmer's market and it throws it down with rain, I then end up with hardly any chickens sold and I have to freeze them, whereas with the CSAs I know that they're all ordered and people will collect because they've paid for them. And financially, obviously, because people are paying in advance, we've got that secure cash flow. It can pay for the food before we've used it, so it all helps.
Jo from Swillington gets her cheque for for the chickens 6 months in advance. So she knows for 6 months she has to supply that number of chickens, and then that's very secure for her. Headingley Development Trust already has an extremely good treasurer who handles the checks every 6 months, so that works very seamlessly.
The other thing is that it involves more people in the farm. We do farm walks for the CSA members, and they come out and see how we produce everything.
It makes people realise where their food comes from, and also knits them in to the local economy, so people feel a certain identification with the farm.
What about the farm? Walking around the farm? Was that fab?
And collecting the eggs at the end.
Collecting the eggs, yes. Collecting the eggs was really good fun. We enjoyed that, didn't we?
And some of the time they'll buy other products as well, so it has a knock-on effect that they get more interested, they see other things and become more involved.
I think it's a really simple project. It's not overcomplicated. We drop off once a month, they pick up from us. If people are away, we can plan for that. It's not much of an issue. So it's the simplicity. It doesn't really add to our workload.
It's been remarkably easy to organise. Joe's stall is there all the time, so that works very seamlessly. So far, absolutely no problems. Remarkably easy.
I think the chickens probably worked the best. That's more or less been steady numbers all the way through. You know, there's hardly anybody dropped out.
And the bad news is Charlie's back in with you.
We've had a few challenges with the CSAs that we run. One of the biggest ones we faced was when we felt that we wanted to take our pork production out of the organic system and put it into free range. We did this primarily because of the cost of feed.
So that was another worry, that people might drop out if it wasn't organic.
And we spoke to our CSA members and said, look, guys, this is the problems we're facing. We don't want to have to increase the cost to you. We can't afford to absorb the cost, so this is what we propose. Once we explained that the pigs would be reared in exactly the same way and it was just a different feed that was going in, and that it would be GM-free, additive-free, all that stuff, our members are really supportive and encouraging that, yes, that was the right decision to make.
So, yeah, I'm pleased with the support that people have given us.
So what was initially a challenge turned out to be quite advantageous. Our plans for the future is to keep the CSAs that we have going and growing in their success and the number of people we have in this scheme.
For what we're doing, you know, it'd be ideal if we could get just that bit bigger and get a bit more produce through the CSAs, and really just sort of small scale expansion. If we could get all the markets doing a CSA, that would be great.
Ultimately, we'd like to see it take over the whole farm, so that everything that we produce here on the farm goes to our guaranteed local community groups, definitely.
Ideally, I'd do everything on a CSA. It would be perfect, but we're not there yet.
I would very definitely recommend setting up a CSA to other people. I find the increased link with our consumers extremely satisfying and rewarding. I would say go for it.
I recommend it to anybody to have a go.
But yeah, I mean, it's ideal because, you know, you've got a market for the product.
I think it's a fantastic idea, and hopefully it will become a more common model for community farming and farming in general going forward.
In the long term, I think, you know, if you're prepared to put that initial work into it, yeah, it's great.